for support roles in the Russian army. The MEA argued, cautioned, and advised Indians to steer clear of the conflict zone. The people who were sent to Russia were trapped in Dubai with the promises of earning much larger amount than what they were earning. After they came to India in November-December 2023 from Dubai, a group of 4 youth were sent to Russia in December 2023. They boarded a flight from Chennai on realizing that they had been trapped in the name of being provided jobs as security personnel or helpers, but have been drafted into a private army without as much as their consent. Two of them have reportedly come back to India. One was from Jammu and other from Ahmedabad in Gujarat. Their signatures were allegedly taken on a contract written in Russian language. The luring into taking up security helper job is taking place through YouTube, where a vlogger is showing them how they can come to Russia. Another vlogger has also exposed the fraud being perpetrated on gullible youth. In a video that the youth from Hyderabad and another two from Karnataka made.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We continue our focus on the situation in Bengaluru in the wake of a blast that has been reported at Rameshwaram Café, the popular Rameshwaram Café in Bengaluru, ladies and gentlemen. Those visuals on your screen, what we are seeing is that the entire area has now been cordoned off after this blast, and you can see that police teams, firefighter teams, as well as bomb squads, as well as forensic teams have been deployed at the site. Those visuals on the right side of your screen are the ones which emerged immediately after the blast, where a lot of crowd gathered over there. Panic had ensued in the area around Rameshwaram Café as the police tried to disperse the crowd. But those visuals on your screen showing the intensity of the blast, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that glass panes have been shattered, metal frames have been mangled in the wake of this blast. But you have multiple agencies now on the ground, from the police to the firefighting teams to forensic teams, even the bomb squad, to ascertain what exactly happened at Rameshwaram Café. What we are learning is that this blast took place at around 1 p.m. and 3 staff and 1 customer have been injured in the blast. And now the agencies are working to secure the site to ensure no other untoward incident takes place, that all flammable material from LPG cylinders to even boilers are secured, and so that another blast doesn't take place in the wake of that initial blast which took place at 1 p.m. So a lot of teams on the ground to secure the area, also to ascertain what happened on the ground at 1 p.m. when that blast took place. Also CCTV cameras are being secured by the police to get an idea of what led up to the blast which took place at 1 p.m. I'm joined by my colleague Ritu on the broadcast to get more details. Ritu, over to you.
Well, as you said, you see, what we are learning is that this particular incident occurred at 1 p.m. exactly at the lunchtime itself, when this popular cafe gains a lot of customers as well, because it's a lunch time, and top of that, it is in the which comes under the police station limits of the Whitefield as well, where you see most of these there are morely it's a completely IT corridor as well. So there's always a lot of people on the streets as well as in this cafe as well. So it's always a crowded cafe is what we do know about it. But right now, what we are also understanding is that the bomb squad is at the spot, as well as the FSL team is rushing to the spot as well to collect all those samples which are completely shattered, to understand what exactly went wrong at the spot. But meanwhile, what police and the other agencies are trying to look after is that whether there's some sort of a fire that occurred from the oven or the boiler, or from the other instruments, or from the matter from the other things of those which were available at the cafe. But however, we can see the panic has been gripped in the people, that we can see them all rushing from the spot as well. Police not letting anyone go near to this area to understand what went wrong, how many of them had actually entered this area, how many of them entered inside the cafe, how many of them were outside the cafe as well. So all that number has been coming, and the police is trying to count those numbers as well, and trying to see what exactly went wrong. All those samples will be collected from the FSL team as well for the further investigation.
So FSL teams are collecting samples from the site is the latest update that's coming in, because remember, multiple agencies have been deployed. The police is trying to secure the area, firefighting teams trying to secure the area as well to ensure that all flammable material is properly secured. At the same time, the bomb squad is also there to sanitize the entire area. And as my colleague Ritu is pointing out, the forensic teams are also there to collect samples to get to the bottom of what exactly happened at the Rameshwaram Café. Remember, this blast took place at 1 p.m. Now, at the same time, Ritu, we also learned that 3 staff have been injured. One reportedly a customer has also been injured. In total, 4 people have been injured in the wake of this blast. They have been moved to a private hospital. Do you have any details about the severity of their injuries?
Well, at this point in time, they were actually immediately right after the incident, they were rushed to the nearby private hospital where they are undergoing the treatment. So what is really important is the medical situation of all 4 of them who have been injured. What kind of injuries has been caused to them, who were exactly near to the spot when this whole the suspicion to understand what went wrong. So the police got the condition as well. So at this point in time, what is important is them that they go through that medical treatment immediately for that. Their health is really important right now for police to for their further investigation as well. So yes, all the angles will be probed by the police and the other agencies.
I'm also joined by former DGP A.K. Jain on the broadcast. Thank you, Mr. Jain, for joining us on CNN News 18. This news coming in from Bengaluru, where a blast has taken place at the popular Rameshwaram Café. Can you take us through the procedures in place to ensure that this area is secured, because multiple teams have been deployed at the site, from police teams to firefighting teams, bomb squads, and even the forensic teams have been deployed at the site. Where does this go from here? Because at the same time, this is a very popular site, and to ensure that such untoward incidents don't take place in the surrounding area and other popular eateries is the need of the hour, because this has really spread a lot of panic in those packed areas around Rameshwaram Café.
You are absolutely correct. Police must have taken all possible precautions. Pickets must have been posted all around the cafe and at vulnerable places. That is the SOP laid down for police. Police will request people to vacate the suspected premises and neighboring places, so that there is no casualty or no so that there is no casualty further. And in this also 4 people have been injured. So it will have to be seen by the forensic teams whether it is due to some diffusing. It was some detonated IED device was detonated, or something was planted in something. All this will have to be carried out very soon by Forensic Science Laboratory and by the forensic team, and only then the action will be decided. If something had been planted, then naturally precaution has to be taken, case has to be worked out, and then it's a serious thing. Otherwise, there is a possibility that something might have been detonated because of some fire, or you never know. Because till now, I don't think police is also certain about it that there has been mischief.
Right, but Mr. Jain, ruling out suspects is also the need of the hour when it comes to investigating this blast. In your opinion, the need of the hour is to question the proprietors of Rameshwaram Café, because reports suggest that maintenance issues at these popular eateries is something that has plagued these popular eateries in Bengaluru, primarily like Rameshwaram Café. There was recently an incident where there was a fire at a popular eatery because many of these places are not up to code, are not up to fire safety code. So questioning the proprietors of Rameshwaram Café, is that the need of the hour?
Yes, food department should look into it. Food department should carry out checks, especially in Bengaluru city. They are expected to do it. Fire people should look into it. They should go into all the aspects of fire safety and how the fire has taken place. The fire people naturally will also do their job, and whosoever is found guilty, action will be taken, because 4 people have. It's a serious incident, and I think police will take, or state government will take all possible precautions, and all possible actions shall be taken against the defaulters.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. A.K. Jain, for joining us on the broadcast and sharing your perspective when it comes to what needs to be done. What is the need of the hour, ladies and gentlemen, in the wake of this blast, which took place at around 1 p.m., ladies and gentlemen, at Rameshwaram Café, a very popular eatery in the city of Bengaluru. And now what we are learning is that multiple agencies have been deployed. The police is at the spot to sanitize the area, along with firefighting teams. Bomb squad is also there to secure any flammable material, given the fact that this is an eatery and there are a lot of LPG cylinders, even boilers in eateries like this. Also, the forensic team is at the site to collect samples, to come to the bottom, to realize or to ascertain what exactly happened at Rameshwaram Café. At the same time, 4 people have been injured, 3 staff as well as 1 customer. And when it comes to the situation at Rameshwaram Café, the entire area has now been cordoned off as the agencies conduct their investigation. We will continue to track all the developments which are coming in. For now, a quick break. More news and updates on the other side.
And sent to their families, they said that they had fallen prey to a fraud. They also named the vlogger on YouTube who had trapped them. Out of the 4 of us, they said out of 4 of us, 1 had been taken to another place and we do not know where he is, unquote. The youth who were earning rupees 30,000 to 40,000 in Dubai were promised salaries up to rupees 2 lakh, and this is what was attractive, luring. The victim also said they were given training in handling arms and ammunition by the Russian army and forced to fight at a gunpoint at Rostov-on-Don along the Russia-Ukraine border. India on Thursday, for the first time, categorically stated that around 20 Indians had reached out to the Embassy of India in Moscow seeking help in returning to India. The ministry's official spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal said India is in contact with Russia to bring back the Indian nationals in the zone where Russia and Ukrainian forces are clashing. MEA spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal says, and I quote, "We have an understanding that 20 odd people are stuck. We are trying our level best for their early discharge. We have issued 2 statements which you saw. We have also told people not to venture in the war zone or get caught into a situation which are difficult," unquote. The MEA had earlier stated that all such cases concerning Indian workers stuck in the war zone near the Ukraine border had been taken up with the Russian authorities, and that as a result, several had been released. But on Thursday, Mr. Jaiswal gave the numbers of Indians who are still caught in the difficult situation. According to sources, citizens of Nepal and few other countries are also on ground alongside Indian nationals. Officials could not provide the exact number of Indians within the war zone working as helpers, but have said around 20 have sought assistance in returning home. Mr. Jaiswal clarified that India remains committed to bringing back its nationals from the Russia-Ukraine war front. Earlier this month, the MEA issued a warning to Indian citizens regarding the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, following reports of Indian nationals being recruited for support roles in the Russian army. The MEA argued, cautioned and advised Indians to steer clear of the conflict zone. The people who were sent to Russia were trapped in Dubai with the promises of earning much larger amount than what they were earning. After they came to India in November-December 2023 from Dubai, a group of 4 youth were sent to Russia in December 2023. They boarded a flight from Chennai on realizing that they had been trapped in the name of being provided jobs as security personnel or helpers, but have been drafted into a private army without as much as their consent. 2 of them have reportedly come back to India. One was from Jammu and other from Ahmedabad in Gujarat. Their signatures were allegedly taken on a contract written in Russian language. The luring into taking up security helper job is taking place through YouTube, where a vlogger is showing them how they can come to Russia. Another vlogger has also exposed the fraud being perpetrated on gullible youth. In a video that the youth from Hyderabad and another two from Karnataka made in Russia and sent to their families, they said that they had fallen prey to a fraud. They also named the vlogger on YouTube who had trapped them. Out of the four of us, they said out of four of us, one had been taken to another place and we do not know where he is, unquote. The youth who were earning rupees 30,000 to 40,000 in Dubai were promised salaries up to rupees 2 lakh, and this is what was attractive, luring. The victim also said they were given training in handling arms and ammunition by the Russian army and forced to fight at a gunpoint at Rostov-on-Don along the Russia-Ukraine border. India on Thursday, for the first time, categorically stated that around 20 Indians had reached out to the Embassy of India in Moscow seeking help in returning to India. The ministry's official spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal said India is in contact with Russia to bring back the Indian nationals in the zone where Russia and Ukrainian forces are clashing. MEA spokesperson Ranveer Jaiswal says, and I quote, "We have an understanding that 20 odd people are stuck. We are trying our level best for their early discharge. We have issued two statements which you saw. We have also told people not to venture in the war zone or get caught into a situation which are difficult," unquote. The MEA had earlier stated that all such cases concerning Indian workers stuck in the war zone near the Ukraine border had been taken up with the Russian authorities, and that as a result, several had been released. But on Thursday, Mr. Jaiswal gave the numbers of Indians who are still caught in the difficult situation. According to sources, citizens of Nepal and few other countries are also on ground alongside Indian nationals. Officials
Good afternoon, hello and welcome. You're watching CNN News 18. I'm Anusha Sonia. Top focus this hour. At least 4 people have been injured. This after a blast occurred at the Rameshwaram Café in Bengaluru. The reason for the explosion is yet to be ascertained. The injured have been rushed to a nearby hospital. Police and fire department officials were present in the area to assess the situation. Among those injured, 3 of them are reported to be cafe employees. The entire area has been cordoned off. FSL team is also present at the spot. What exactly happened? What is the cause? Is there anyone who's taken responsibility? The details of all of this, let me try and cut across to my colleagues who would be joining us on the broadcast in just a few minutes from now. Harish, I believe, is with us on the broadcast. Harish, give us the details emerging from the spot.
Well, both the fire brigade, the fire department and the police right now trying to ascertain the reason for this blast. If you talk about the fire personnel, they are looking at 3 aspects here. One, obviously, is the LPG cylinders that are usually stored in hotels. The second is most hotels that have some of these equipment also have a steam generating system to ensure that whether they need hot water for utensils or for other cooking purposes, they have a steam generating system. They are trying to ascertain if that exploded, because that is something that they've witnessed in a couple of cases in the city earlier. So that's something that is being investigated right now. The third is if this hotel had an oven and if there was any issue with that. So the fire brigade right now not commenting on if they have ascertained anything on the source of this blast. But all they are saying right now is that when they reached the spot, they have found 4 people injured, 3 of them staff, one of them a public, whether it was a customer or a bystander.
ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಗ್ರಾಹಕರು ಇದ್ರು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಸರ್? ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ಗ್ರಾಹಕರು ಇದ್ರು, ನಾವೇ ಇದ್ವಿ, ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಥಳೀಕರೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟ್ಲಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಅವರೇನು ಕೇರ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾವೇ ಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಟೋಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ವಿ. ಒಂದು 4 ಜನ ಹೆಂಗಸರಿದ್ರು, 4 ಜನ ಹೆಂಗಸರಿದ್ರು, ಒಂದು 4 ಜನ ಗಂಡಸರಿದ್ರು. ಆಂಬ್ಯುಲೆನ್ಸು ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂಜುವೇನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋ ಆಟೋಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಕಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ವಿ.
Well, there was no ambulance. There were autos nearby. We have transferred the injured in those autos.
ಸ್ಫೋಟಗೊಂಡಂತ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಹೇಗಿತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಛಿದ್ರ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಥರ ಏನು ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ತುಂಬಾ ಹೊಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದೇನು ಸಿಂಪ್ಟಮ್ಸ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ.
There was a lot of smoke when the incident happened.
ಒಳಗಡೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ ಆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಯಾರು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ, ಆ ಥರ ಇತ್ತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ಆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಂದು
One lady was injured and nobody attended to her. We came and saw her and we shifted her to the hospital.
ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ರಾತ್ರಿ 3 ಗಂಟೆ ಗಂಟನೂ ದುಡ್ಡು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಏನಿದೆಯೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಥರ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ.
They will keep the hotel open till 3 o'clock, but they haven't ensured that the customer safety is taken care of.
ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾನೈಟ್ ಬಿದ್ದಿದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇದಾಗಿತ್ತು, ID ಕಾರ್ಡ್ಗಳು ಬಿದ್ದಿದ್ದಾವೆ, ಇಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಸರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ಹೌದೌದು, ಚೆಲ್ಲಪಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅದು ಬ್ಯಾಗಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೋಲ್ಟ್ ನೆಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ ಅದ್ರ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಏನ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ ಇದಾಗಿದೆ.
A lot of elements are scattered on the ground, including ID cards,
ಆಚೆ ಕಡೆ
a bag.
ಫುಡ್ ಕಿಚನ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಕಡೆ ಅವರ ಕಸ್ಟಮರ್ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅದೇ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಸರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮ್ದು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು
ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ಬಾಯ್ಲರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಓವನ್
ಇದು ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾವುದೂ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂತೂ ನಡೆದಿಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬರೀ ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಏರಿಯಾ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸರ್. ಅದು
ಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು
ಸಿಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಏರಿಯಾ. ಹೌದು.
ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇದ್ರು ಸರ್ ಆ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ?
ಸರ್ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ 500 ರಿಂದ 600 ಜನ ಮೇಲೆ ಇದ್ರು, ಬಟ್ ಇಂಜುರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು 5 ರಿಂದ 6 ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಜುರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ.
5 to 6 people have been injured.
ತುಂಬಾ ಸೀರಿಯಸ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಸರ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ
they were in serious condition.
ಇಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಫುಲ್ ರಕ್ತ ಆಗಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೂದಲೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬರ್ನ್ ಆದು ಮತ್ತೆ